So whatever you do, let you be intense. Just these two ideas, these two things I have got to share with you all. More than this, more than me speaking, I wanted you all to join. You can put some questions. We will analyze these two concepts with your questions so that you will be able to internalize these two concepts. I am ready for your questions. Anything, whatever you want to know, not only about these two concepts, if you want to know anything about Indian culture and how Indian kids live, anything you want to know, you are welcome to ask. Yes.
What made you
Please take
realize?
Please take the mic.
Oh, we have already questions. Nice. Oh. Yes.
At a young age, you realize your realization. What made you realize?
Oh, that's
that?
nice question. I'll answer this question. I'm born and brought up in a very small village. Very recently, it has become district headquarters. Very small village. Hardly 100,000 people live. Of course, in India, 100,000 people means very small village. It's thickly populated country. 100,000 people live. A very small village. Only 3 automobiles will come inside that village. Whole day, no car, no private cars. 3 buses will come, city, that government transport. Only 3 buses will enter into that village per day. Per day only 3 buses. And no question of this telephone and all those things. These are all very recent development. I am born and brought up in such a small village. In my village there was an enlightened master, a realized soul, a realized mystic was there. As a small boy I was taken to him. Parents believe if the children are taken to them and if they bless the children, they will be healthy. So I was taken to him by my parents. He was sitting and talking with a group of disciples. He was telling that we are beyond body and mind. We don't have to suffer the pain and physical and mental problems of life. He was teaching all these things. And suddenly he made a statement. We are beyond body and no pain or suffering can touch us. We are beyond all these sufferings. I started thinking, how can it be? How can it be? When my mom beats me, I have pain. In India, kids will be beaten if they if they don't obey. No 911. You can't call 911 and kids will be beaten. And when my mother beats me, I have pain. So I thought, what is this? He is telling that we will not have pain and I am having pain and I am punished. I was continuously contemplating on this idea. After 2 days, I took a knife and cut my thigh to see whether I have pain or not. Of course, I had pain. I was taken to doctor, did first aid and everything. After a week, I went to the master again. He said, what is this? What you taught? You told me will not have pain. I believed you and cut myself. Now I have pain and suffering both. Not only pain. And apart from the doctor doing first aid, my mom started beating me. What did you do? Where did you learn all these foolish ideas? Who asked you to do all these things? And we took you to him just to have blessing, not to listen what he said. Just have blessings and come back. Why do you come and practice all these things? Anyhow, I went to him again and asked him, what is this? What have you taught me? Now I am having pain and suffering. Then he told me, he gave me a small meditation technique. He told me that start searching from where the thoughts are coming inside your body. The source of thoughts. He gave me a simple technique to realize the truth, what he said. Then I told him, you can now teach all these things, but I have pain, give some reply for that. I am having pain and suffering. Now you may teach all this meditation. You could have taught this meditation earlier itself. Why did you give all these ideas and make me experiment? He made a beautiful statement. Actually, that single statement has transformed my life, I can say. He told me, my son, don't bother about this pain. Your search to experiment with the truth, your courage to experiment with what you hear, that is enough. That will lead you to ultimate. That will make you realize. The courage to experiment, courage to explore, courage to enter, courage to work. See, usually, whenever we hear some ideas, if you are not able to understand it logically, you throw it away and live your life. Even if you are able to understand it logically, we don't have the courage to practice it. We start believing it, that's all. Once logically we understand, we start believing it. We don't experiment with it. Only few rare, intelligent beings experiment with what they understand. He made a beautiful statement. Don't bother about this pain. Just keep this attitude of experimenting with truth. Courage to explore. That will liberate you. That will make you realize. Actually, that statement gave me the courage, and that has helped me to continue my search. Of course, it was a beautiful journey. When I was 13, first time I ran away from home in search of an enlightened master. We always believe that enlightened masters live in a hill of Himalayas. So I ran away once to Himalayas. I couldn't find anybody. I came back. But I did not stop. Again, when I was 15, once more I ran away. Again, this time also I couldn't find. And after a week or 10 days, I came back. Third time when I was 17 and half, I escaped. 9 years again, I wandered length and breadth of India and found one and achieved the same state and became one. Yes, I'll answer now these questions. Please bear with my English. I learnt English only 2 years ago. So, my accent, my pronunciation, please bear with my language. What defines a good person? Who is happy with himself and who can make happy the person who is around him. If you can be happy within you, if you can make people who are around you happy, you are a good person. That's all. That's the only thing, only definition for a good person. Be blissful, and people who are around you, keep them blissful. That's all. Another one thing, question will come. Swamiji, I am blissful, but I am not able to keep others happy. If I am able to keep others happy, I am not happy. What to do about it? Be very clear. If you understand one thing, if you can be a little conscious of what is happening inside your being, you will be able to understand you can never be happy. People around you are not happy. If they are not happy, if your friends are not happy, you can never be happy. With whom you feel connected, if they are not happy, you will never be able to be blissful. Making them happy is a part of your bliss, part of your life. If you feel connected to somebody, naturally his suffering will affect you. His pain will affect you. So first thing, you need to work, try to help others to be blissful through understanding or some way of helping. Then naturally you will see you are transforming your consciousness, your mood. Keeping yourself and your friends happy is what is a definition for a good person. How did you know you wanted to be this kind of person? Because I am happy after becoming this kind of person. That very happiness proves I wanted to be this kind of person. So, we are all feeling uprooted because we are not what we wanted to be. If you achieve, if you became a person what you wanted to become, you will feel a tremendous feeling of homeliness, deeply rooted, connected to the existence. You will not feel you are a stranger. As on now, we all feel we are strangers. We are just searching something. We don't know where we are going, what is going to happen. Just a big question mark about the future. If you have a big question mark in your mind about the future, be very clear, still you have not become a person whom you wanted to be. I can say, the question mark has disappeared in me the moment I became like this. Very proof, that very thing, the question mark disappearing itself is enough proof. I wanted to be like this person. That's one thing. Second thing, from the young age, I had the idea about my life. What I feel as truth, I'll execute. Tomorrow itself, if I find something else is truth, I'll start living in that way. That's all. I am open to truth. I am ready to allow the truth to work on me. I am ready to allow the truth to carry my life. I am ready to allow the truth to transform my life. That is what is a realized soul. See, scientist is a person who is courageous to go behind the truth. Same way, I am courageous to go behind the truths of the inner world. Scientist is a person who is courageous to go behind the truths of the outer world. Spiritual master is a person who is courageous to go behind the truths of the inner world. So, my very bliss or happiness is a proof that I always wanted to be like this kind of person. Do you believe we are all enlightened? I believe, but you need to believe. I believe, but you need to believe that you are all enlightened. Whether you believe it or not, you are enlightened. That is the truth. Whether you believe it or not, accept it or not, realize it or not, you are enlightened. See, some fishes, they flow with the current. They go with the current. Some fishes go against the current. They go against the current. They swim against the current. Whether the fishes go with the current or against the current, they are in the water. Same way, whether you realize you are enlightened or you don't realize, don't believe you are enlightened, you are enlightened. Whether you believe it or not, you are enlightened. You have one choice. You can believe and have courage to explore and express it in your life. Or you can continue to live as you are. There is nothing else. Do you believe that someday everyone on the planet will truly have that same understanding of life as you do? First of all, I should be honest. I myself do not know my understanding is ultimate or not. Please be very clear. As on now, what I have, this understanding is making me blissful. And it is leading me to the higher level. It is leading me to the higher consciousness. So naturally, I cannot claim what I understood is the ultimate. So I have no right to expect others also to do the same thing. The moment we start thinking we know everything, we become fanatics. The moment we start thinking what we know is the ultimate truth, we become fanatics. All these religious wars, the only one reason is people start thinking what they know is the ultimate truth. Please be very clear. Whatever we know is truth, no doubt, but we don't know whether it is ultimate or not. So, we must have the courage to enter into the next level of truths, the higher level of truths, and we must have the compassion to hug, to embrace the whole universe whatever understanding they have about their life. First thing, we must be open for higher levels of understandings. Next thing, do not expect others to follow your understandings. When we think we have achieved ultimate understanding, we become fanatics. When we are not ready to accept others from their level of understanding, we start torturing them. We try to convert them, or we try to be violent. Physical violence is terrorism, psychological violence is conversion. We try both the things. We try to convert them the moment we think what we know is ultimate. Be very clear. What I know is true for my life. So I have no right to expect everyone in the planet Earth to have the same understanding. We have no right to expect others also to follow us. If somebody is inspired, if somebody sees you are so joyful, graceful, and wanted to follow, wanted to understand, then I am open to share my techniques. Then I am open to share my understanding. Then I am open to share the formula which transformed my life. I am ready to share the technology which has helped my life. That's all. We have no right to say what I have is the ultimate understanding. We have no right to expect others also to become like us. The moment we start expecting, we will become violent. That's the reason all over the world you see so much of terrorism. Terrorism is one side, another one side, conversion. Converting people without giving them understanding. Both are nonsensical. Terrorism in the physical level, conversion is in the psychological level. Both are wrong. There is no need for both. But the moment we think what we know is the ultimate truth, we will start doing all these things, maybe unconsciously. That's the reason I say, I do not know what I know is ultimate for everybody. What I know is truth for me. So everybody should be allowed, everyone should have independence, everyone should have freedom to explore the truth by themselves. We have no right to force our truth on anybody. In India, one important thing, we have no such thing as baptism. In India, there is no such thing as baptism exists. No baptism. At the age of 7, child will be told, now you can start meditating, find your own truth. We can give you techniques if you want. We can give you technology if you want, but no belief. You should find out your own truth. He is given the courage and technology to explore by himself. He has to explore himself and start realizing the truth. So we do not believe in giving beliefs. Is it possible to find true love? If so, how? If you want to find true love, start giving true love, that's all. Start giving true love, that is the only way to find true love. See, you do not trust anybody because you are not truthful. Please understand why we don't believe we are receiving true love from others. Even when somebody comes and tells you, I love you, even when your friend asks you, you don't believe you are receiving true love. The reason is, you don't share the true love. Because you don't share, you suspect the other person also. Because you are not completely open. Because we are not completely honest. We are not completely open. We are not completely truthful. We expect the same thing from him also. When I am doing this game, he will also be intelligent to do the same game. So naturally, when we are not honest, we are not ready to believe others will be honest. That is the reason we don't feel we are having true love or we are sharing true love. Just stop being hypocrite. Do not share any word unless you feel it. Don't say I love you unless you feel it. Unless that emotion is overflowing in you, do not say thank you unless you feel gratitude. The words have become meaningless. Just we play with words for no reason. We do not know what we are saying. We do not know the meaning of the words. We are just playing with words. Understand? Do not use any word unless you feel deeply connected with that emotion. Naturally, you will be honest. When we are honest, you will understand everybody is honest. Or you will attract people who are honest towards you. If you are not able to give the true love, you will attract the friends who are not giving true love. It's the same wavelength. Your wavelength only will attract the same wavelength type of people. If you start sharing the true love, you will attract the friends who are ready to share true love. It is your being which attracts the same kind of friends, same kind of people around you. It is you who decide your friends. It is you who decide your enemies. It is possible to find true love by giving true love.